Hello everyone, I'm Douglas Binns. I'm an instructor at NHI, which is an acronym for the National Human Resources Development Institute in Gwacheon. Today I'm on the Jincheon campus filming this video for you. I have some useful expressions for you if you attend an international conference. These are things that you'll often hear speakers say and that you too can use for yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. That's number one, without further ado. This sentence is commonly used by conference hosts or masters of ceremony. It means with no further delay or with no more delay. Now, the word ado is not very common in English. Don't worry if you don't know that one. Many people don't. But this expression, without further ado, is very common. Number two, a big hand or a big round of applause. Let's give our speaker a big hand. A warm welcome, a big round of applause, 큰 박수. Number three is mic. Mic is short for microphone. I'm wearing a body mic today. Koreans call it a pin mic, but in English, body mic is common. We also have a hand mic that you hold in your hand. Microphone, mic, either's fine. The abbreviation mic is common. It can be spelled M-I-C. I've also seen it M-I-K-E. Like the man's name, Michael, Mike. Next is feedback. I know you know one meaning of feedback. One meaning is constructive comments or criticisms from a listener or observer. But this one is different. It's the second meaning of feedback. It refers to the bad sound that comes from a speaker, a screeching sound, when we have a microphone or sound problem. So at a conference, of course, we hope we don't have any problems with feedback. Next is acronym. I used acronym earlier. An acronym is formed by taking the capital letters, the first letters of the name of an organization and making a little word like MOTI is an acronym for the Ministry of Trade, Industry, and Energy. MND, 국방부, is an acronym for the Ministry of National Defense. These are acronyms. They're different from abbreviations. Abbreviations are a short form of a word, like mic for microphone, and abbreviations usually have a JUM, like INC JUM, incorporated. It's different. Next one is brief. Brief is easy, means short. Speakers often say, my presentation will be brief. My talk today will be brief. It's the opposite of long. The next one is hand it over or turn it over. This means, literally, give the microphone to the next speaker, or more generally, give control of the stage to the next speaker. So this is used, for example, when there is a group of two giving a presentation, partners. The first speaker says, ladies and gentlemen, I've finished with my part of the presentation. Now I'd like to turn it over to my partner, Lee Young-hee, and she's going to continue the presentation. Turn it over, hand it over. They're both common. Number 8 is bear with me. Bear with me has a very direct translation in Korean, 참으세요. It means, please understand my situation. It's difficult here. We're having a problem with the sound or the computer or the PPT or the lights or my English. Please bear with me. You can also say, please bear with us. Number 9, clarify. Clarify means make clear. For example, could you clarify that? Or may I ask you to clarify something you said earlier? And our final one is a show of hands. Often a speaker will ask the audience to raise their hands if something is true. For example, may I see a show of hands? How many of you are here in New York for the first time? The audience, some audience members raise their hands. And that's a good way to include the audience, to involve the audience. Okay, now let's imagine you are overseas making your first presentation in English. You're very nervous, but you've practiced a lot, so I'm sure you'll do well. Let's see how you could use these 10 expressions. I'll put them together in one sample presentation. So the host of the conference says, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Kim Chul-soo from the Republic of Korea. Please give him a big hand. Please give him a big round of applause. You come out, you say, hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you. My name's Kim Chul-soo. I'm going to give a presentation today. My presentation will be brief. And when I'm finished, I'm going to hand it over to my partner, Lee Young-hee. She will continue our presentation. We're delighted to be here. I'm going to use the body mic today because we had some problems with the hand mic yesterday. There were presenters yesterday had trouble with feedback. So today, if there's any feedback, please bear with us. Also, please bear with me because I'm not a fluent English speaker, but I'll do my best. If I say anything that you don't understand, please ask me to clarify it. Okay, now I'd like to ask for a show of hands. How many of you have been to Korea? May I get a show of hands, please? Okay, some of you. Good, thank you. And there, you're on your way to a good presentation. You've made a good start. So, if you make a presentation overseas, good luck to you. Don't worry too much about it. The audience will be very forgiving of a non-native speaker who says, I'm not a fluent English speaker, but I'll do my best.